Let's get straight into the numbers. At the time of writing this, HBAR is trading at approximately $0.147 per token. That means your 2000 HBAR bag is sitting at just under $300, specifically $294. Not a life-changing amount yet, but that's the beauty of early-stage investment plays in crypto. They tend to look small and unassuming until they aren't. But let's be real, the present price is just a snapshot. What we care about, especially in crypto, is the trajectory. Because in this space, one announcement, one partnership, or one macroeconomic shift can multiply your portfolio overnight. And HBAR? It's one of those tokens that's quietly building under the radar while the crowd chases meme coins and short-term pumps. Now ask yourself this: what's more exciting, chasing volatility, or holding something with massive long-term upside? Your $294 worth of HBAR today could easily turn into $400 or $4,000, depending on how the next 6 months to a year plays out. That's what we're here to explore. But to understand where HBAR is headed, we can't just look at the price. We have to dig deeper. We'll dissect expert forecasts, examine market sentiment, review Hedera's enterprise integrations, and evaluate the technical setups forming right now. We're going full spectrum, from conservative outlooks to moonshot possibilities. And this isn't just about 2,000 tokens. It's about understanding how a layer 1 like Hedera fits into the future of Web3, and what that means for your wealth if you're positioned correctly. So buckle up. Whether you're a long-time HBAR holder or just grabbing your first bag, this deep dive is your roadmap to understanding what 2000 HBAR could truly be worth in the year ahead. Because in crypto, fortunes are made not by following the noise, but by seeing the signal before the crowd. Let's find out where that signal is pointing. Realistic 2025 price predictions for HBAR. Let's get into the heart of the matter. What could 2000 HBAR be worth by the end of 2025? No fluff, just a breakdown of the most realistic and widely cited forecasts in the crypto space right now. And yes, while these are still predictions and not guarantees, they give us a powerful framework to understand what's possible. Let's start with the conservative outlook. According to priceprediction.net, HBAR is expected to hit somewhere between $0.179 and $0.205 before 2025 is over. Now, that may not sound like a moonshot, but in the context of a consolidating market and rising global regulatory pressure, that kind of movement is a solid sign of strength. At those prices, your 2000 HBAR would be worth between $358 and $410, a modest but steady gain. CoinCodex steps things up a notch. Their forecasting models, which factor in everything from historical patterns to current trading volume, see HBAR averaging around 25 cents during Q3 and Q4 of 2025. That would value your 2000 HBAR at a clean $500. But here's where it gets interesting. They also project an upside spike that could take HBAR as high as 36 cents. If that happens, you're looking at $720. That's more than double your initial value in a relatively stable market scenario. Now, we shift gears to Changelly, another reputable forecasting platform. Their estimates align with the conservative range, placing HBAR between $0.178 and $0.200 for 2025. It's more cautious, but remember, these are algorithmic models built for stability, not hype. They're playing it safe. And even with that safety net, your 2000 HBAR still fetches you $356 to $400. That's not bad at all in a sideways market. But let's not forget, crypto is known for defying expectations. And that's where the bullish scenarios come in. Enter Brave New Coin. Their technical analysts believe HBAR could break out to $1, especially as enterprise adoption accelerates and tokenomics evolve to favor long-term holding. This isn't just about wishful thinking, it's based on measurable activity like growing DeFi use, increased staking participation, and rising on-chain transactions. If HBAR does hit $1, your 2000 tokens become $2,000. That's a full 10x from where you started. Still not convinced? Let's go one level higher. Godex, known for stretching the bounds of bullish sentiment, has mapped out a longer-term prediction that places HBAR as high as $1.57. That would make your 2000 HBAR worth over $3,000. And then there's Bitrue, throwing in a potential top-end scenario where HBAR touches $3. That's a jaw-dropping $6,000 from a $294 starting point. Maybe. Possible? Absolutely. Especially if Hedera becomes a core player in government or institutional blockchain infrastructure. So how do we make sense of all this? In the bear case, where the market stays shaky and adoption slows, HBAR likely trades between 15 cents and 20 cents. That keeps your 2000 tokens around the $300 to $400 range. Not ideal, but still break even. In a base case, where the market rebounds, Bitcoin and Ethereum hit new highs, and Hedera keeps expanding, HBAR could land somewhere between 25 cents and 35 cents. That puts your bag value between $500 and $700. And in the bull case, where crypto enters a full-on utility supercycle and HBAR becomes a backbone layer for tokenized economies, you're looking at $1 to $3 per token. That's $2,000 to $6,000 in your portfolio from a simple 2000 HBAR hold. In short, BAR's 2025 journey will hinge on adoption, regulation, tech growth, and macro trends. But if even a few of those stars align, the upside could be far more dramatic than most expect. Price is just one side of the story. It's the surface-level drama that gets the headlines, but it's not what makes a project truly valuable in the long run. To understand BAR's true potential, we've got to go deeper. Because the real engine behind its future isn't hype, it's utility, infrastructure, and enterprise trust. And this is where Hedera Hashgraph quietly, but powerfully, starts separating itself from the rest of the Layer 1 crowd. Let's start with governance. While most blockchains are run by anonymous validators or pseudo-decentralized whales, Hedera does it differently. Its governing council isn't just a who's who of tech, it's a collection of some of the most powerful, credible, and globally influential companies in the world. Google, Boeing, LG, Dell Technologies, Deutsche Telekom. And that's just a few. These companies aren't just sitting in a Slack group doing nothing, they actively run nodes, make decisions on the direction of the network, and provide real-time corporate feedback to improve Hedera. It's crypto married to institutional governance, something regulators can respect and enterprises can trust. In a world where SEC crackdowns and legal uncertainty are hammering the industry, that kind of legitimacy is priceless. Now let's get into the tech. Hedera isn't built on traditional blockchain infrastructure. It's based on a next-gen architecture called Hashgraph. This gives it several huge advantages. For starters, we're talking over 10,000 transactions per second, finality in under 5 seconds, and no need for complicated scaling hacks like Layer 2s, rollups, or sharding. Where Ethereum needs workarounds, Hedera just works. That makes it ideal for high-volume, real-time applications like CBDCs, supply chain logistics, tokenized energy, real-time ad tech, and AI training data management. Hedera doesn't just scale for the future, it's already built for it. And that leads us into real-world use cases. HBAR is powering platforms for tokenized carbon credits, already used in sustainability pilot programs. It's being tested for central bank digital currencies. It's used to verify data in AI systems. It supports decentralized ID. It even enables micropayments at scale, something Ethereum and Bitcoin have struggled to deliver for years. These aren't speculative narratives, they're live, working implementations. And they're gaining traction. On the DeFi side, Hedera has made major strides too. Platforms like SaucerSwap, HeliSwap, and the Hashpack wallet are giving users new ways to stake, swap, and earn yield, all natively on Hedera. It's building an entire financial ecosystem, piece by piece, and doing so with security, speed, and transparency baked in. And staking? That's another growing incentive. As of mid-2025, newer reward models are being explored that allow users to earn based on transaction volume, validator uptime, and even AI workload contributions. Staking isn't just about locking coins, it's evolving into real passive income for long-term believers. Put it all together and what you have is this HBAR is no longer just a speculative token. It's transforming into a utility-backed digital asset, one with real economic weight, enterprise legitimacy, and tech that can keep up with the demands of Web3, AI, IoT, and beyond. This isn't a layer 1 chasing clout. It's a protocol building the rails of tomorrow's digital economy. We've covered predictions and fundamentals. Now let's dive into technical analysis and sentiment. According to recent data from CoinCodex, HBAR is forming a solid support level around 15 cents. This means traders are stepping in to buy at this level consistently. More importantly, technical indicators are showing bullish signals. Moving averages are aligning for an upward trend, and the Relative Strength Index, RSI, remains neutral, suggesting there's room to run before HBAR becomes overbought. Brave New Coin's recent analysis points out that HBAR has entered a phase of breakout consolidation. What this means is that the price is compressing in a tight range, gearing up for a decisive move. Their prediction? A breakout past 25 cents is imminent if volume continues to grow and macro conditions hold steady. On the sentiment side, things are looking increasingly positive. The Fear and Greed Index has moved into greed territory, showing that investors are beginning to feel confident again. HBAR-related hashtags are trending more often on Twitter and X. YouTube searches for HBAR price prediction and is HBAR a good investment have increased noticeably since April. All these signals combine to suggest that HBAR is gaining momentum, both technically and socially. While technicals can shift quickly, the current patterns point to a building wave of support behind HBAR as it eyes new highs. Now let's tie everything together. If you're holding 2000 HBAR right now, here's what you could be looking at by December 2025. In a bearish outcome, where macroeconomic conditions deteriorate or crypto experiences another major downturn, HBAR may hover between 15 cents and 20 cents. That would place your 2000 HBAR at a value between $300 and $400. In the more likely base case scenario, where the crypto market stabilizes, Bitcoin breaks new all-time highs, and Hedera continues its slow but steady adoption, HBAR could climb into the 25 cents to 35 cents range. That would push your 2000 HBAR to a value of between $500 and $700. But in a bullish scenario, where Hedera makes headlines with major government or corporate partnerships, or becomes central to a new wave of tokenized applications, HBAR could explode past $1. If it reaches even $2 or $3, your 2000 HBAR would be worth anywhere between $2,000 and $6,000. So here's the bottom line. HBAR is one of the few tokens with real tech, real backing, and a growing list of real-world use cases. Your $294 investment could remain just that, or it could 10x or 20x depending on how the crypto winds blow. The potential is massive, but as with all crypto, the ride will be volatile. Know your risk tolerance, stay updated on Hedera's development, and prepare to act accordingly. Because if the stars align, 2000 HBAR might be the smartest $300 you ever spent.